I made a mistake that actually cost me a lot of money, and honestly, this mistake was so avoidable. And when it happened, I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like, why now? But it was a mistake, and I got to learn from that. But honestly, I don't want anyone to go through that again, or I don't even want myself to go through that again. So I'm gonna have to make sure next time I do book my flight again, I actually make sure that everything is as it should be. Anyways, story time, guys. I, of course, as we all know, I was in the Philippines for 7 months, and then, as always, there's always an end to everything. I was ready to come home, so I booked my flight with no problem. Everything went smoothly. I was good, like everything was good. But now the day of flying came, and I was supposed to fly from Cebu Airport to come to Brisbane Airport. And I'm ready for boarding. Everyone is ready for boarding. It's time to board. Our flight was supposed to be like at 8 p.m., and the boarding started around like 4 to 5. So normal, everything is good. Just wait for your turn. And when my turn came, I went to the boarding counter, like where the lady is supposed to bring me in, and she looked at my passport, of course, as usual. Like, she asked for my passport. I gave her my passport, and she looked at it, and she's like, I see something that is not good. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, your name on your booking and your name on your passport does not match, and that is a problem. And I was like, what? I don't have a middle name or anything. What's wrong? She's like, yeah, I can see that. Like, you don't have a middle name, but with your two last names, you actually have to put through your names as it is on your passport. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah. So when you're booking your flight, especially international, you have to put your name as it looks exactly on your passport. And as I can see on your passport right now, it looks like you have one first name, and then you're supposed to have two last names instead of just one last name as you did put on your bookings. And I was like, is that a problem? Because I always use that. Like, usually, this is me. Usually, when I'm booking things, I just use one of my first name and one of my last names, because most of the time my other name is usually hard to pronounce. So when I just do things, I kind of just put it through like my first name and one of my last names, or my first name and one of my last names. And she's like, yeah, I definitely get that, but when you're booking international flights, you actually have to put your names exactly as it looks on your passport. And it looks like you have three names on your passport, but you don't have three names on your booking. So this is a problem, and you're gonna have to pay 6,575 pesos. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, obviously, as you can see, I showed her even other of my documents. I was just like, as you can see, these are all my names. Like, all of these are my names. Yes, sometimes I use all three of my names, and sometimes I just use two of my names instead of three of them. She was like, yeah, I understand that, but like, it's protocol, and we have to follow the policies and regulations, and that's just what it means. You're gonna have to pay this much money, or like rebook another ticket. I was like, yeah, that's just too much. So I was just there like, this is a mistake I could have avoided if I actually even paid attention. Because I think when you're actually booking, yes, there's always a note that says like you should have your information as it looks on your passport or something like that. But for me, honestly, I really never paid attention. Again, as I said, I've actually used this same system when I'm booking for domestic flights, but I guess international flights is different. So that's how I got in trouble, and I got to pay that much money, guys. Literally 6,575. It's about 160 something Australian dollars. And at that time, of course, because it was so unexpected, when you spend money that you did not plan to spend. I think that was the hurtful part. Like, that was just what hurt me the most. But honestly, I know it's money, it goes and comes, but when you're just not expecting it, it hurts the most. And I feel like that's where my hurt come from. And of course, I don't blame the the girl who was, working there, and I told her as well, like, I'm sorry if I'm being, I'm asking a lot of questions and I'm just confused, but I am sorry, but I kind of just want to know, but I'm sorry, it's not on you and it's not your mistake, it's definitely my fault. I should have carefully checked everything, and I should have made sure everything was correct before boarding on this flight. So that actually what happened, and I had to pay that much money, guys. Please, 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 I am begging you, always check up your flight. Like, just make sure that your information are right before boarding, or like before confirming everything. Now I've learned my lesson. I just hope that other people don't make it, and I also hope that I also don't end up making it, because I feel like mistakes like this are just very much, as much as they're avoidable, they're also like, you just don't look into it a lot, so it can happen again, and it can happen to anyone as well. So I just hope that it doesn't happen again to me. Okay, I just don't want to make that much money. I'm just thinking, like, I could have used that money for something else, even maybe buy more presents that I got when I came back home. But it happened, and as I said, my lesson was absolutely learned, and I just hope that it doesn't happen again. Anyways, guys, I hope this helps someone out there. Okay, so I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.